Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So I'm going live, right? Haven't done that in a while because they love to mess with my internet. So as you pop on, hit the like button, drop over in comments, tell me who you are, where you're watching from. So I don't know if it's good afternoon, good morning, or good evening for you, but I just want to welcome you to this conversation. I find this to be insane and I have to share it with you guys. Here recently, you know, I've kind of been hitting it hard with some topics that some people just, they go crazy with these certain topics. I knew that. If you guys remember, like a year or two ago, I had to go to my sheriff because of another YouTuber trying to dox me and threaten me, right? With all this craziness, how to print it all out and go file a police report. I get on Facebook today and this unknown person, because honestly, guys, your names that you use for screen names are very different than what you use on YouTube's probably different than what you use on Twitter, than what you probably use on Instagram, what you probably use on Facebook. Very few people actually use their full name as their screen name. So you may have reached out to me through text or email or a letter, and I don't know it's you when I'm looking at your screen names. That makes sense. Like I still don't know it's you. Because if I'm responding under Starkey Farmstead, but you had never spoken to me or you didn't realize who that was, that's me, Samantha, right? It's two different names, two different combinations, and happens quite often. And this woman has gone insane, you guys, in my inbox on Facebook. Like all caps. I didn't even read but the last one, but she's screaming, don't call me a child of the dragon. I'm like, well, I mean, it looks like the Holy Spirit called you that, friend. So I just want to just tell you guys what it says in Second Peter 3. All right. Starting in verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. In other words, be diligent. It says here, be diligent that you may be found with him in peace, without spot and blameless. In peace. Hey, Miss Becky, in peace, folks. It never stops shocking me. The true nature of humans, their inability to disagree on a topic without trying to assault you as a person. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So here's another situation. I had to go screenshot. I didn't read it. I just screenshot it all, sent it all to the sheriff, start another open case file on some nameless person, right? But this is why our politicians, I feel for them. Even the Democrats, just listen to me, because people don't know how to behave anymore. How can you call yourself a child? Yes, someone did threaten me. Thank you. How can you call yourself a child of God in one hand and then get online? You've never met me. You don't know me, and send 15 or 20, messages, all caps, screaming like a banshee. Like that's not godly. And the Lord tells us you'll know them by their what? Their fruit. So if your fruit stinks and is sour, no, I'm not kidding you, Kim. I'm not kidding you. This happens so often, you guys. You will not believe it. Then I guess there was some misunderstanding. Somebody had donated for Steven, my husband, because, he's got an aneurysm. The dog went through a health crisis. There's been so much going on lately with being attacked spiritually, it's just manifesting. And so a person donated. I still don't know who this person is. Well, when you donate and you put your email like I ask you to, I give you the newsletter and the Zoom links. But I will also, if it's on Venmo or Cash App where I can send you a heart, I'll let you know. If it's on the Give, Send, Go, I'll email you, hey, God bless you. Thank you so much. Would you like to receive the email in this email address? Well, she got upset and said, why aren't you liking my comments on YouTube? I'm like, excuse me? Like, I don't understand what you're saying. I donated, but you aren't liking my comments. And I said, did you, and I really did write this. I said, did you really just say, because you donated, that I am now required to like everything you say on my channel? Is that how people think? Are we really there, you guys? Where if you think that you row in my boat, because, and I always say, send whatever God tells you to send. And I will do this. I'll give you the email, send me your email. I'll get you on the newsletter. We'll do Zoom links together. I'll try to help you learn your state constitution. I'm giving something back in return. I never said, hey, if you donate to our channel, you're going to be my new best friend, and everything that you say on my channel, I'm going to love it, because her name was different in her email than what it is on YouTube. People have weird screen names, right? They just have their own screen names. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Like, really, lady, I am going through so much right now, watching my husband at 46 physically crumble under the nonsense. And you're really going to email me and be upset because I didn't like every one of your comments? I had to share this. I had to share this. Exactly. This one said, I have a screen name, so I don't want my real name out there. A lot of people do. But y'all are assuming that I know who you are from the screen name to if you donate. I don't know. And she really got offended. And I said, and number two, so one, I was like, are you seriously saying this to me? That you donated. God bless you for that. Like, you donated, so now I'm required. So you think you bought me? Is that where we're at with this? And then two, right? And two, I don't know what your screen name is. And then the third thing I said to her, you're walking in a spirit of offense. You are allowing Satan inside of your headspace. I read everybody's comments. 103, almost 104,000 people on this channel. And I read everything you guys write because it genuinely matters to me. Do I misunderstand what you write sometimes? Yep. Can I be snarky? Oh, absolutely. But I genuinely read your comments because what you say really actually matters. Right, Kim? Kim said sending you money never made me think of, now she likes my comments. That's pretty self-righteous. I agree. Keyboard warriors just block the trolls. I don't know who she is to block her. I mean, that's what she never understood. But do people actually ever just like sit down and think about what you're saying and what you're doing? And have you ever sat down and thought that maybe the person that you're sending all your venom at is actually going through something? Thank you, Nikki. I really do read all your comments. I absolutely do. Neither Leslie nor Kelly likes and comments for me. I do that. They get over in this comment section when we're on live because it's moving too fast. But on the videos, that's me. I spend hours a day giving two craps what you people have to think. And to see somebody so self-centered, notice me. It's not about that. If God asked you to donate to our channel, please do, because YouTube doesn't pay me. But do you have to donate? No, it's free. It's YouTube. Just watch. Oh, thanks for being okay with snarky. Because I'll be honest, guys, I can't be any other way than I am. This is how God made me. He is tempering me because the old Samantha, 5 years ago, before the blood of the Lamb cleansed this, that woman would probably be like, I need to report this woman to the local police because I set her off. Both of them. But I just find that so, guys, look, if you watch people on social media and you disagree with what they say, stop watching them. Stop watching them. Otherwise, you are now a stalker, and it's really unhealthy because it is your hate that brings you back, not wanting to know more, not wanting to be set free. It is your desire to hate that person. No Christian behaves like that. There are so many channels on YouTube and TikTok, all these things with like transgender and all. I don't watch them. I surely am not going in their inboxes and hounding them like a demon from hell. Cameron's right. They are spiritual. You're right. And they're manifesting. It's just shocking to me, friends and family of the internet, that in 2025, so-called adults who also claim to be Christian have such little control of this and of their flesh. Yeah, I kind of understood what you meant. They said they're spiritually obsessed with you. Yeah, because I've been going after things lately. I have to. When I realized that my husband had a ticking time bomb in his brain, I told Leslie, I said, every night that I go to bed, I think to myself, if the last video that I put out to the world, is that going to help somebody find Jesus? Because guys, listen to me. Your money, your objects that you have on this, they're not going with you. And God doesn't care about gold or money. He created it. Satan wants you focused on money and gold and your career and everything else. He wants you tuned to the wrong frequency. The only thing that matters is the soul. So that's what I have decided I'm going to fight for. Oh, amen. The narrow path is getting much more narrow. I feel it. I feel the vice. I know all of you do. The vice is squeezing. Yeah, money's the root of all evil. Yes, we need it. And yes, God says, look, I'll bless the works of your hands. I'll multiply what you've got because you have to be blessed to be a blessing. Like you can't help somebody that's in need, or you can't raise money for something if nobody has any, right? But it can't be everything for you. And then if you do give money to someone as a gift, as a love offering, because you appreciate what they're doing, or you just want to alleviate that person's what they're going through, don't attach anything to it. Because when you attach something to it in the physical world, you're cutting off the spiritual blessings. Because you can't receive unless you give. I hope this makes sense. When you give something to somebody, if I had this pen and you said, Sam, hand me your pen, and I did this, you remove the pen, my hand is what? My hand is open. Now the Lord can place something in it. But if you're like this with everything that you've got, you ain't getting or giving, baby. But God can do something with a giving heart, right? But if your heart, it's not about it's not about God told you to do anything. It's about what you wanted to do in the flesh. And then you attached the way you thought I should respond to it. That's wicked. And it's cruel because I'm going through a tremendous pressure right now. I feel like I am the clay that my dad is trying to mold. If any of you had to walk 1 minute in the pressure that I'm under, you'd back off just a wee bit. Absolutely. We have to see people the way God sees people. We have to. Amen. It says, I want to be a cowboy. It says, I've lost so many friends in the last 5 years. when you see who they really are and what they really care about. And that's kind of what's been happening on this channel. We've been running off people because you can support whomever you want, folks, right? All I really care about is what this book says. But I don't want you to be deceived. So that means I have to go deep into some of these topics and be like, look, maybe people aren't getting enough food in Gaza because Hamas is stealing the food. But maybe, too, what's going on in Gaza has more to do with the inbreeding. These children never had a chance. You can't hate Israel for that. You have to hate the sin. Oh, I love you too, Miss Denise. And I'm so sorry about what's happening in England. I always wanted to go, and now I don't think I would. When I met that French lady in New Orleans, she was like, go to Europe. She's like, no, ma'am, do not go. So I needed to share that. My husband took our Dogo Argentina for a ride. That's their thing, right? They go for a ride. And because the dog, he's so big, he's 120 pounds. He just wants to hang his big head out the window. And so he loves gravel roads. And at this time of the evening, the deer are coming along the road, the coyotes. And so he's just, whoa, 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 barking at everything down the road. He thinks he is something. He's just a big baby. But they go get a treat every night. That is their thing. And when Stephen was leaving, I was going to go take a shower. And I thought, God, I think I'm just going to take a second and I'm just going to go live and I'm going to tell everybody, like, dude, for real, man. How self-centered to think that because you thought by helping. I mean, I was sincere when I emailed the lady back and said, God bless you. Thank you so much for donating to his Gifts and Go. Like, God bless you. And then her response to me is, you weren't liking my comments. You like everybody's but mine. And I donated. I would hate to get a Christmas present. You know what I mean? Right? Because that'd be the person be like, give it back. Give it back to me. You didn't invite me. Give it back. I'm like, golly, lady. Yeah, you got to rewind. Sierra, you got to rewind. You have to understand where I'm coming from. But I literally am good friends with my sheriff in my small parish. I helped to get him elected. He's an amazing guy. He's going after, he really is. He's going after all the gangbangers and the organized crime in my small rural community where most of it's happening now, right? And I had a great day with my mother yesterday, Jessica. Thank you so much. Right, Kim? If I would have known who it was, I probably would have sent her money back. Seriously. I have people that have sent me change taped to a note, and I cried over it. Because in their little shaky handwriting, they told me this is the last of the money that I have. And I knew it was. Like, I genuinely knew it was. And it was so precious to me because I knew where their heart was. And then to have somebody do this, it sours the gift. It sours the intention. But back to the sheriff, I've become very good friends with him. He graduated high school with my sisters, knows my family, knew me all my life, knew I ran hard and ran illegally for many years, and he knows the new me. So I helped get him elected. And then the school board, of all people, the school board in my community has started a smear campaign against my sheriff because that's just how they are out here, right? And it is really ridiculous, but thank God I know him because I send him this stuff. When people send me these, you might think you're being funny. Oh, I'm going to send her this. Right? I'm just angry. I'm just kidding. But if you're thinking it and then you're typing it, then you're planning it. And that's how people get arrested for stalking. So that is my one and only warning. I turn everything into my sheriff. Why? Because I'm not going to have some weird person come after me because you don't like the topic when I said, hey, if you're behaving like this, you're a child of the dragon. You definitely aren't a child of the Most High King. If that's offensive to you, go to the Bible and go to God. Oh, yeah. Yes. So our Cricky said, is there a Masonic lodge? Yes. So odd you asked that. So when Stephen and I first got saved, so let me tell you what happened. Stephen and I first got saved. Some people we know, like they literally are like my black brothers, right? Because I'm the minority. And I've just known them forever. They're like the uncles to my kids. One of them was like, hey, I want you to join the local Masonic lodge. And I'm like, I know this is 5 years ago, right? I'm like, I know there's something about that. And a warning bell. I just got saved. So I knew the spirit was trying to show me something, but I didn't know how to listen. And I'm like, what's going on? So I called my son and I said, Samuel, what is a Masonic lodge? Like what are the Masons? And my son was like, no, mom, no. And then Stephen went and did some work because we're newly clean and sober, right? We hadn't really held good jobs down in many years. So you got this break in resumes. And sometimes it's hard to get a job when you first get clean and sober. So Steve is like looking for a job because he's saved now. And, man's got to work, got to take care of the family. And the guy he was working for, same thing. I want you to come join the Masonic Lodge. And we said no again. But yes, they do have their hands in my community quite deep. And I think there are a lot of places. Yeah, I agree, Kim. I don't think a lot of people that go into them are intentionally trying to be evil. I really don't. Because the guy that invited Stephen that we've been friends with for years, he's a deacon at his church. But I think the higher up you go, the more demonic it gets. You have to swear allegiance to something other than God. And the Bible tells us not to. I am going to provoke a lot of demons, Jenny. I really am. And as for protecting myself, that's what hammer's for, right? That's why when he went down so hard, it broke my heart. Not because he's not just a dog, guys. He's trained to protect me. He rides in the vehicle with me. I'm an ex-felon. I legally cannot carry a gun still, even though I never did any of that nonsense. I never had assault charges or drug charges or any of that craziness. I still abide by that law. I don't want to go back to jail for something stupid. So, I just thought I would share this. Folks, look, I'm one stinking person. There's 100 and almost 4,000 of you. YouTube does not pay me. How much time can I spend doing this? I mean, I need to write a second book because I have got to be able to bring in money into this home. I have to. I don't know. I just want to say, look, I'm human. You don't have to like me. If you don't like me, don't watch. But if you start threatening, if you start doing that crazy nonsense, I am going to turn you over to my sheriff with every bit of information I can find on you. And if you're somebody that's got a history of it, expect like the FBI to knock on your door. It's a shame that we have to be this way. But people don't know how to behave. And then you're mad because I said that you were a child of the dragon. You're behaving like one. Because that's what people who are not covered by the blood behave. I run into people I don't like all the time. I shake their hand. I speak to them because my daddy once told me, you catch more flies with sugar than vinegar, Samantha. And if you really want to make somebody angry, be super duper nice to them when they hate your guts. It really does work. Drives them nuts. I agree. We will pray when we get done. We will. Sorry, guys. I know I'm missing a lot of it. Nana, it's okay. Thank you, though, Miss Diane. The book's doing good, Kim. And we hit #1 on Amazon one day. By the way, I just published a book with a friend of mine, Growing Under a Poisoned with the D Sky. Get on Amazon, Kindle, all that good stuff. It's doing very well. But I won't know how many books I sold or even how much money we make until the end of September with the first royalties check. And then I split that 50-50 with Leslie because she worked just as hard on that book as me. So I gave her my word that we would split it. And that's what we're going to do. because it isn't about money. It's about friendship. Oh, thanks, Kim. Please make sure, you guys, that you, if you have gotten it and you enjoyed it, please leave a review. It does help. It really does. Thank you, Kayla. I just wanted to share this because it really did. I don't know, something weird just popped up on my screen. Oh, Lordy, have mercy. Hold on. Sorry. I really did want to share that. I hope both those people see this video. One's like not Morning Store. Something weird. I don't remember what it was. And the other one's like Butterfly Monarch something. Like, stop. Adults don't behave that way. People who have healthy relationships with other people do not spaz out on total strangers. We don't do it. We don't. It's not how we behave. I give money to my church every week in a tithe. I then do not, if the pastor says something that I don't like, which the other day he was preaching right at me. I think he knew he was because we'd already had this conversation, but I did not get offended. I refused. I refused to allow the spirit of offense to hit. My pastor was doing what he was supposed to do, and he was preaching at something he knew I was having an issue with, and he was going hard for it, right? And I love him for it. A good pastor will pull you back into the flock. He's not going to let you wander out by yourself without fighting for you. And that's what I feel like I do for you guys. I fight for us in the spiritual world. So do not come at me in the physical world, because this chick has a low BS meter. And I got dogs trained. And even though I'm not technically supposed to use a weapon, I do know how to use them. Yeah, Kim. And that's what your preacher's supposed to do. If you're sitting in church and nothing ever makes you squirm a little bit, you're like, oh God, don't. No, is everybody looking at me? If you never feel that, then you need to do some deep soul searching. Because going to church under a good pastor means he's like digging, because God says you got to dig it out, guys. Sin is like a weed in a garden, and it goes way down. It's got roots that just keep going. And with a lot of invasive species, when you pull it up at the top, it grows right back, and then it grows a friend. I'm being serious. You got to get the main root out. You have to. My son, my youngest one, him and his girlfriend were helping me like put down the mulch on my garden, and they found this root. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate that thing. It pops up a briar right in the middle of my garden like 12 times a year. My son's like, I'm going to pull it up for you, Mom. I'm like, go for it, baby, because Mommy's been trying. This child pulled on this root, which was this. I am not joking. It was that big around. Pulled and pulled and pulled. It was 15 feet long. He was sweating, and guess what? We still didn't get all of it, but he did get some of it. God can get all of it, but it's uncomfortable, and you're going to sweat while he's doing it, okay? But I love you guys. Thanks for coming to hear me just throw up. I just threw up. I emotionally just threw up on all of you. I was like, bleh. This is what I'm going through. Bleh. So I apologize for that, but I am human. And the things that I find, it's a gift from the Lord to be able to find information. Some people are good at it. Some people are not. My mom laughs at me because I can research so much faster than her, but I'll give her this. She is always correct. And I sometimes make mistakes because I research so quickly. And I consume information like I just eat it. It's my personality. When I was young, that's when they first started in the 70s and 80s wanting to medicate kids. I will never forget. Somebody said something to my dad, and he goes, you don't even open your mouth. And my dad is so redneck, you guys. He goes, if you think you're going to medicate my kid, I will knock your teeth out. And I thank God that my parents were like, nope. And my daddy just took out that leather belt, baby, and wore his little butt out. I cannot tell y'all how many times my daddy tore me up. I was one of those kids. My mom, I don't think I can ever remember her spanking me. But honey, my mama would turn around and be like, Samantha Ann, when your daddy gets home, and baby, I'd start crying, Mama, please don't tell daddy. Because I knew, you know, I knew. And look, I've got the best parents in the entirety of the world. Most of you watch my dad. He's so amazing. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thank God my parents didn't medicate me because it would have ruined my ability to be able to consume. Coming. Somebody's at my door. I got to go. Talk to you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe.